What's up guys, Mr. Delicious here. One important thing is about to happen and I'm predicting it all. In fact, it's the only reason I made this channel. Welcome to the first video, by the way. I fully believe that the self-improvement space has done a full circle. And let's talk about it. Unscripted, so if you guys don't like me, you don't like me and you'll never see me again. Your favorite fitness influencer and Gymshark athletes are blasting gear harder than last time. The average kid is going around doing this, making the meme, okay? Normal people now know what looksmaxxing is. This was a term that was kept, it was gate-kept for these internet virgin types. People know about the pills to the point where I cannot even say this in the video, so people say BP. Obviously, you guys know it's like the Matrix concept, so there's this group of people which believe it's about looks, there's this group of people that believe it's about lifting, and there's this group of people that believe everything's okay, and you're gonna find somebody that is made for you, and this is all to do with dating, okay? But this is where I come in. I, like many of you, have been around for a little bit, as you can tell. I'm not the youngest, but I'm also not a boomer. So I'm in the perfect age of, I was just about past puberty, maybe, according to the BP guys, it was already over for me when I discovered this, but I did discover these channels. For example, Derek More Plates, More Dates. I was watching him. I was watching, let's say, Wheat Waffles. Chris Firstman. I knew who Good Looking Loser was. That's how old I am. But also, I was there when people like Logan Paul were becoming famous, and people were getting rich off of streaming, like iShowSpeed, etc. So I kind of have seen everything. And I'm lucky enough to have grown up with, for example, Minecraft YouTubers, but also with BP YouTubers. I've seen people like Fresh and Fit get massive, fall off, get massive again. I've seen the guy with the Bugatti come from nowhere. And unlike most of you, I wasn't 13 when that happened. So I actually kind of was able to form my own opinion on it. Now, what does that mean? It means I'd say I'm reasonably well versed on everything. As somebody who, for example, went to the gym, then researched everything. I read More Plates, More Dates basically every day. When I was in university, all I was doing was listening to the Bio Bros podcast, okay? So that's Derek from moreplatesmoredates.com, Leo and Longevity, Rip. Great source of info, by the way, if you want to check him out. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, but I am name dropping him because he has some awesome content on his channel still. I still believe that his wife runs his channel at this point. And we've obviously got Steve, Vigorous Steve, who is right now putting out some mad crypto content, which is really good also, so go give it a watch. And of course, you know who More Plates, More Dates is, because you've somehow found me, and this is basically, he is now the daddy of the industry. He doesn't even post anymore, and people get excited when he does every 6 months or so. So, that's what I was doing when I was going to university. Obviously, I wasn't listening to the lecture. Who does that anyway? I was listening to hours and hours and hours of talk about steroids and things like this, even though I was training fully naturally. Why? Because I like information, and you guys like information too. Now, if you're so weird that you've already been analyzing my face, looking at, the Gunyan and all sorts, then you're probably the same kind of guy. I've put in countless hours of research into all sorts of ideologies, all sorts of looksmaxxing, all sorts of people used to call it manosphere. This is all interlinked. Gym content, sort of looksmaxxing content, fashion, fragrance, business, like making money, crypto, all this stuff. It's all kind of the same. It all centers around self-improvement and trying to get better, whether it is through getting more money or through getting access to partners, romantic partners, or if it's through just improving your life, if it's through health, like trying to get more longevities. For example, someone like Brian Johnson, who's injecting things into his wiener to make himself live longer and probably swallows about 100 tablets a day. And you couldn't even afford those tablets, first of all. So first of all, you got a money max to even become like Brian Johnson. But all roads lead to Rome. And all of these creators lead to the base of this sort of thing that just used to be, it never had a name. There was never anything for this. It was kind of like, oh, do you wanna date people? You go on like the forums about dating. Do you want to go to the gym? You go on bodybuilding.com. Or you go on like the GH15 forums, if you guys know what that is. Okay. And then you get told, be quiet. Like, what was this? You're not doing a gram? You're not doing a gram of in your ass and you're 16, bro, what are you doing? It's a get off. So that used to be the advice. But anyway, there was different like groups and nobody judged anybody. It was okay to be part of one and another. And we had people like Ziz out there who was like openly using gear. Everybody knew, but he was still kind of promoting the sort of health aspect. Now, what we didn't have back then was the mainstream sort of idea of looks is everything. It's what's going to get you everywhere in life, and nothing else matters. That was not mainstream, and it's a bit scary because when you see kids walking around doing the jawline meme and saying you have positive or negative canthal tilt, and you get these kids like there's this meme on the internet of a kid going up to his teacher and saying, "I'm alpha now, be quiet, I'm speaking," and there's kids like shouting at women because that guy with the Bugatti said something, right? It's all being titrated down to way too much of a young audience now. Now, I hope for the love of everything that is holy that you are at least 16 years old watching this video. If not, then please click off, like go watch Teletubbies or something. You have plenty of time to figure this out. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm making this channel because all of this is related. I had a channel that was about the gym before, but obviously because I'm not a huge bodybuilder, nobody listens to me. Now, because I am all-rounded and I have sort of experience in all of these fields, I am making a new channel. Why am I called Mr. Delicious? Because it's funny, okay? It's literally, it's funny. Please don't dig too deep into it. Though, I probably do taste sweet from the shea butter I apply on myself. My whole theory, or what I think is going to happen in the internet in general right now is we had a big rise up of maybe not looksmaxxing, kind of looksmaxxing. It was when the memes of Chico were popular and Jordan Barrett and everybody was saying, "Oh, mog this, mog that. You gotta go do your mewing." People liked mewing. It was a bit like soft. People in the BP, they call it soft maxing. So sort of things you can do that don't involve any weird surgeries or fragrance was super popular. We had the return of Jeremy Fragrance. We had everybody following his footsteps. Tons of creators getting huge of fragrance. Of course, we had people like Cologne Boy, who is now like pretty much Cologne Man. Bro is super rich and successful, and hopefully, I think he's done all of those surgeries that he needed. And if he does need any, well, good luck to you. I hope everything goes well, so it seems to be. And you know what? I wish I was that like locked in and dialed in at your age to go and achieve what you have, because it's insane. So we've had that. We've had the sort of looksmaxxing come back about 2 years ago. Then we had everybody going into the gym and everybody wanted to look like Alex Eubanks. This got so popular. We had normal people starting to watch channels like Coach Greg or Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Now, why am I even saying this? Why is it important? Well, if you boil it down to the very, very basics, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's just a different flavor. Like when I see a bodybuilding guy arguing with like a BP guy, arguing with a fragrance guy, it doesn't make sense because you're all after the same thing. You all want to like get better. You're all just self-improvement guys, but you've locked yourself in this small bubble because, for example, the word self-improvement now, you'll be seen as like right wing, or that you like the guy with the Bugatti, or the recent drama of Hamza has been happening, who is sort of the face of self-improvement at this point. Sorry for name dropping so many people in this video, but you get what I'm talking about. So why am I creating this new channel? I've been on the internet. I've done this. I do marketing. That's my day job. Get hundreds of thousands of views for this company I work for, and I don't need to do this for money. So I'm just seeing if maybe myself, maybe I can be one of these guys. Wow, I can talk to a camera and get people to watch me. I'm making this channel because my prediction is that the next big thing that's going to be popular is, again, sort of BP. Just take a look at some people that have come out recently, like hardcore gym, sort of like Connor, Cyan, like Shan and all those people, the Trent twins, Coach Greg, Mike Rizatel, Coach Greg and Dr. Mike Beef. Okay, that's been going insane. Coach Greg's made like 100 videos on Dr. Mike. People are still watching. So what used to be very sort of explicit content, sort of about steroids, which I probably have to blur that word, but anabolics, AAS, that used to be super taboo, and people would only watch very certain channels, like More Plates, More Dates, or read on Reddit or something like this, to read about gear. But then Trent Twins came along, And suddenly, every kid wants to be on MK677. They don't even know what it is. They don't even know what growth hormone is. They don't know what MK677 does. They think it's a steroid. They don't even know what peptides are. They hear the word peptide. They're like, oh, I'm going to take peptides. They don't know what a peptide is. They don't know it. It's just a thing. It's a class of compounds. So peptides are just a class of compounds, right? But the 13-year-old kids don't know that. They hear the buzzword, boom, I want to take peptides. I'm going to get huge. And that's been normalized. And every 16-year-old right now is sitting and blasting SARMs. You guys know this. You've been to your local gym. The 16-year-olds are benching 220, okay? That's not normal. So we've had sort of the soft gym popularity back in COVID. Then gym went downhill. Nobody cared about the gym anymore. And then we got a rise up again with people like the Trend Twins. And suddenly taking steroids and talking about steroids was cool, completely fine. Everybody's coming out. They're not natural. Of course, people like me knew that none of these people were natural. Like, I'm sorry, do you expect me to believe that the Trend Twins are natty? Do you actually expect me to believe that people like Connor and Shan, like, these guys are natty? Maybe Jack's Fitness taking MK677, maybe I don't believe that, but actually I do, because guess what? I know how MK677 works. It's not a magical compound. In fact, if you use it wrong, you're probably going to give yourself diabetes, you're going to ruin your insulin sensitivity, and it's not going to make you a monster. There's ways to replicate high pharma dose GH dosage with MK677, but that is, you have to be super mega autistic and read a lot to know that's a thing. But the thing is, people that were into the gym knew about this 10 years ago. They knew about all this stuff, but it just wasn't popular. So I have a feeling like I have almost a responsibility to speak about this, to stop people just like taking random compounds to go on looksmaxxing now or whatever. But that's the point I'm going on to. So the gym went really popular and it became the thing, and everybody wanted to do gear, and everybody wanted to be huge, and you have to be huge and lock in winter, and the winter arc, all the memes about, oh, my girlfriend broke up with me, white monster memes, Trend Twins, white monster, Trend Twins, clan memes, like, it's all been done, okay? Gymshark promoting suddenly fat people, and then going back to promoting people trend out of their mind. And now, the gym stuff is slowing down. You can look at Google Trends, you can look at sales of pre-workout, you can look at all the analytics you want in the world. Gym stuff is slowing down. But what is popping off at the moment? I'll give you a moment to think. If I make like this face, will it help you? If I practice Hunter Eyes long enough, will it help you? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what's popping off. People like Clavicular, who is, as he says, a looksmaxxer who will do whatever it takes. Now, what genre of content is this? Is it self-improvement? I suppose. It's a bit extreme. It's a bit, really don't follow what I do, just watch what I do. Not me, but for example, Clavicular. The guy's been blasting since he was 14, supposedly. He was like taking gear at his parents' house and they had to confiscate it and he was sneaking it in, right? Explains the physique. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that are going to sit here and say, oh, you can achieve that physique naturally, guys. It's fine. You know, I just go do my biceps curls and I look at Clavicular. No, you don't. Like, go look up there's a vlog where Clavicular is standing next to Connor Cyan. Go look at them next to each other. Now, Connor is like a bodybuilding guy. He wants to be huge. He has good genetics. He trains heavy. And he has connections to people like Coach Greg, who I'm sure he knows how to train. He knows his way around training. That's his main thing, right? He's splitting off into like different stuff now, but he got famous for being a gym guy. Now, Clavicular literally says that he hates the gym. He doesn't like training, nothing like this. And they look very close to each other. And what I'm going to say is probably to most people, they'd say Clavicular looks better. If they're not into bodybuilding, they'd say he looks better because he's got a better V-taper, possibly slightly more rounded delts. And guess what? They're both blasting. They're both taking anabolic. But one of them probably maybe cycles off and does his PCT, or maybe he's doing a blasting cruise. Who knows? I don't know. I've not checked the guy's blood work. And the other literally says he'll do whatever it takes. He's experimented with a bunch of stuff, like Trend, for example. Look up the videos. He says it himself on his live streams. I'm not accusing the guy. But what I'm not gonna be one of those guys that says this guy looks terrible, because he doesn't. So that's who's popular. Why is it? Nobody knows. But in my opinion, This stuff is a cycle. It's more extreme stuff is popular, then sort of soft stuff, then extreme soft, extreme soft. So the era of gym is over. The era of BP and sort of looksmaxxing is literally on the comeback. Now, last time that looksmaxxing was popular, do you guys remember? It was winter. Fragrance content was popular in the winter. It was a lot softer. It was a lot funnier. There's a lot more like nice, light-hearted memes about Chico and like mogging people and saying, "Oh, I've done 100 eyebrow raises today, and I've been mewing for 20 hours." Nobody's saying like, "Oh, rope bro," or "it's over," or nobody was saying it's that sort of terminology, that BP kind of terminology of, "Oh, it's over, just give up." And now I'm seeing it pop up. I'm seeing it come up. As soon as this clavicular guy got big, it's like all the sort of BP guys have just woken up and they're back. They're active again. It's like damn, I gotta start looksmaxxing again. I start mewing again. That leads me to the point. A lot of people have been doing it silently in the background. Not bragging about it. So I think I'm going to start a bit of a more unfiltered channel. I'm just going to speak what I know, what I don't know, I don't know. But I feel like there has to be a little bit of harm prevention because we've lost people like Derek. Derek doesn't upload anymore. And I don't think Derek is like a looksmaxxing guy at all. People like K Shami are out here just telling you their own theories. And I'd say he's quite good looking. He has amazing hair. He has a very soothing voice, and people will listen to whatever he says because he's amazing looking. I'd say I'm pretty average. I'd say you guys want to do like the whole rating thing. I don't think I'm a sub 5. I definitely used to be a sub 5. I don't think I'm like HTN or anything like that. I'm definitely not Chad Light, Chad, whatever terminology you want to use. I'm definitely nowhere near like the top, but I'm definitely not a sub 5. I'd say I'm genuinely like average. And I don't mean average 7 out of 10. I mean like the real average, which you guys know, which is like 5 out of 10. Now, done with the autistic looksmaxxing stuff. What I'm saying is, I think I'm a decently valuable source because I'm one of you silent types which don't come out. You're not on podcasts. You don't speak to anybody. You're doing this stuff in your like mum's basement, and your voice is not out there, and nobody in the middle, such as myself or you guys, has a voice. Because, for example, look at Clavicular. The stuff that's happening with him right now is either there's this diehard followers, looksmaxxer types, which are like, "Oh yeah, of course, bro, I'm going to do 300 tests for the rest of my life just because I want to have the same abs as you and I want to look like you and I want to get girls or whatever." And then there's the people who are like turbo coping and are just saying, "Oh yeah, I can get that physique if I just have protein powder and I just hit the gym, and he's a loser because he's like putting his body at risk, and I'm way better because people only care about personality." That's the two sort of camps. And that's not very safe because the people on this camp, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take gear and you should too," are telling you to, for example, take anabolics just to look good, which is obviously stupid. And there's people here which are just pretending that that's not what this people, that's not necessary, or maybe it's not necessary, but you have to have like pretty top tier genetics to look, for example, like him naturally. There's nobody in the middle that's telling you this is unsafe, but the unfortunate reality is you're not going to look like this guy unless you do something. I'm not saying what he does. I'm not saying go take Chris meth to go and lose fat. There's safe ways to lose fat. You can do cardio. Guess what loses fat the best? It's cardio. It's not clenbuterol, it's cardio. So anybody can do cardio, okay? And it's not dangerous for you. In fact, it's going to make you live longer. So get your 10 minutes of cardio in per day, guys. But that's what I'm saying. Like, see here, I took maybe a lighthearted approach a little bit, but there's nobody in the middle that's telling you, yeah, there's stuff out there. You can do whatever you want. You can be shaking in bed in the middle of the night, like feeling like you're going to pee yourself and all sorts. You can do that. Plenty of research on side effects of fat burners out there. Or you can sit there and cope and say, "Oh, I'm 25% body fat and my girlfriend still loves me and she finds me attractive. Actually her first celebrity crush was Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars." You can be on either of those camps. Or you can be in the middle saying, the information is out there. Do your damn research, my dudes. And what I mean by do your research is don't go onto some incel forum and read, "Oh, well, I'm 5'11", so clearly I should just give up on everything in life because I'm not 6 foot and that's the cutoff for this is a magical number for everything in life." That's simply just not the case. There's literally data to back it up. And I'm also not saying listen to your grandma who's going to say, "Oh, don't worry, you'll still grow," or something like that. You got to take the best information from every corner of the internet, especially since there's so much information right now. There's so much extreme information. I kind of want to come onto the scene as the guy in the middle. Maybe not the mediator. I want to talk to people. I want to get people on podcasts. I want to talk to like super looksmaxers. I want to talk to like mega copers. I want to talk to normal people because it's just so weird seeing how popular this is getting and how normal people know what like mog means. It used to be a meme. It used to be a meme in the kind of looksmaxxing community, like mogging and mewing and all this stuff. And the fact that normal people know what it is, it's making me a bit uncomfortable because it means that it's going to get pushed into people's algorithms. And we already had, like, before, little kids hitting themselves in the face with a hammer, you know, bone smashing because they're thinking they're going to get good jaws. Do your research. Bone smashing seems to be BS. I'm not saying it doesn't work because maybe somebody, maybe one out of 100,000 guys, it has worked for. But it doesn't stop the fact that it's dangerous and stupid to hit yourself in the face with a hammer, okay? Just how it is. But like I said before in the video, there's the other side of just keep eating Big Macs and be a fatty and then expect to get everything handed to you. That's not going to work either. So what about being down in the middle, making your own choices? You know, it's kind of like the gym. You don't have to take pre every single session. And if you do, take more pre on your leg days, on your back days. Everybody knows you don't need the triple scoop pre for arms. You know, it's pretty universally accepted that that's basically an overdose and completely unnecessary. It's not efficacious in any way. It's a really tiny muscle group that you're just blasting with a bunch of stimulants, and you're probably not going to make more than like 1% better gains. That's not worth it because you're risking your heart, you're risking literally pooping yourself from the amount of like beta alanine that you're taking. Creatine and pre makes you poo yourself. Guess what? Read about it. But that's why it's quite funny when a lot of sort of cheaper supplement companies putting creatine into their pre-workout formulas. So good luck if you're having like a coffee and creatine. That's all I'm saying. There's such a lack of knowledge and people seem to jump into stuff now without doing the basic research. We need to go back to young people being scared of using AAS or using anything in the gym, for example. It's not normal that people should know what peptides are. I mean, if you're interested in this stuff, or you're studying medicine or something, yes, of course you should know what a peptide is. If you're a chemist, if you're a biologist, yeah, of course you should know what it is. You should remember what it is from school. But you should never think, oh, well, I'm a bit overweight, and rather than, you know, hitting the Stairmaster, I'm just going to go and take GHK copper straight into the face injection. It's like, what are you doing? It's like you've skipped 1,000 steps. And some of the time you will get the results you want. That's the problem. But there's so many side effects that nobody tells you about. I recently watched a video of a guy ranking peptides, and first of all, on your sort of BP looksmaxxing scale, the guy was a solid 4, like max. He was literally, as you would say, cooked. And he was saying, oh, I'm taking this, and I'm taking that, and I'm taking this. And I'm like, buddy, if you just took a walk outside, you could actually see your jaw because you're fat. That's your problem. It's not how many peptides you're taking, not taking. Like, you can talk about retatrutide all you want, but it doesn't seem to be working on you because you're probably not doing it. It's one of the most effective sort of fat burners known to man at this point. One of the best sort of side effect versus effect profiles, if you want to read about it. Very promising, kind of like Ozempic, but better. It backs some more receptors. It's like Ozempic plus. Not quite, but you can read about it. I'm not going to explain in this video. But it's just like, you got people spreading a lot of misinformation now because maybe they think it's part of a funny meme. Even when fragrances came out, when people were getting interested in fragrances, it was almost popular to lie to get content. Like people infamously said that the Jean Paul Gaultier sprayers were terrible and that they like pee, and how 1 million sprayers were terrible. And I had these fragrances on my shelf and I tried them and I thought, why are they doing this? Why are they like, they're pressing gently? Maybe it's a meme and it's funny, but for some people it's just like, oh, well, I'm not going to buy that because it sprays. Kids are buying designer fragrances for $500 and then they were wondering why they smell terrible. Well, guess what? You could have read about the ingredients and figured out, yeah, not everybody's into musk, not everybody's into, you know, super oud fragrances, but because one guy with a sharp jawline told you to wear it, you're doing it. So we got to kind of get a bit more, not scientific, but just do your own research. So the point of this video is, I think you should do more research. If you're not bothered to do your own research, you should watch me. There's nobody else in this little space that I've made for myself. There doesn't seem to be anyway. Nobody is rational anymore. Everybody is super hard. It's kind of like US politics, I guess. It's like you're either a super looksmaxer right now, or you're a coper, or you're like a gym cell, or you're just a fatty. All the normal people have just kind of given up. Nobody is making anything. Nobody's making any positive content. Like whatever happened to, like when the aesthetics era was a thing, okay, everybody was blasting. But nobody was really talking about the gear. Nobody was, maybe they had unrealistic body standards. That's an issue for another day. It kind of got people to go to the gym. People went. Some people had really good natural results. People were listening to the sort of hard style music. That all took off. And it kind of made this nice community of the sort of first generation of gym goers that still go to this day. The people that went to the gym after that, so the people sort of slightly younger than me, I suppose, the people that started their first week and they're already on SARMs, they don't come back. They don't turn up to my gym anymore. They came off the hype, which was really quick because all these YouTubers and stuff just obviously did SARMs, they did gear, everything. And then they got famous really quickly, and they've all fallen off. You know who I'm talking about. All these people have just fallen off. They're like grabbing desperately to get back anything. People are also hating on the wrong people because everybody knows that all your favorite influencers are blasting. That's just it's just like the basics. Okay, guys. If you don't know this, then I don't know. Go play outside or something. Like get off the computer. It's not for you. It's just a bit. We're on a different level here, guys. Go climb a tree or something. I don't know. Go play in the river. Okay. That's more your level. Okay, water's wet. Go discover that. But for example, people like Andrew Eubanks, I was not surprised when he was saying, I'm going to take tests. I'm going to do this. I wasn't surprised. Why wouldn't he? That's his niche. Everybody in his niche was getting bigger than him. His whole thing wasn't impressive anymore because every kid has figured out how to lose fat quickly, how to get huge quickly. So suddenly it's not, oh, this guy has amazing genetics, which he does, by the way. He has an amazing shoulder width. He's not naturally blonde, I don't think. He's dyed his hair to look like that. That if you want to go back full circle, that's basically like that definition of looksmaxxing is what Alex Eubanks did. He's not fully like a gym guy. Even though he presents himself to be fully a gym guy, he is basically a definition of self-improvement or looksmaxxing or a gym or RP or BP. What you guys aren't seeing is you're all kind of into the same thing and you're all after the same thing anyway. You're all after just like living better, and there's nothing wrong with that. So there's a single takeaway from this entire thing. It's stop being so extreme without any prior research. So also things like AI coming out and advancing really quickly. A lot of people are getting access to information which has been diluted. AI, if you know how it works, you know how it works, but simple explanation, it's just a glorified search engine at this point. It shows you what you want to see a lot of the time. You can make it say what you want it to say, and that's why people like Mike Israetel are a bit ridiculous, saying, oh, I want to hug it and I hope that it becomes huggable. So that guy's he's kind of lost the plot at this point. So if you're watching Dr. Mike, please stop. Not like an attack on the guy, but he's kind of the definition of just doing things for no reason. Like he's apparently educated. There's some debate over, is he an actual doctor? Did he get it properly? Go watch all the Coach Greg drama, you'll understand. I'm not. I never claim to be. I just do some reading now and then. I don't claim like I know more than you guys, but I do claim that I come from a very good position to understand a lot of your issues and what you're seeing and how it's affecting you, because that was me. It still is me. I still consume content and I create content. A lot of these guys that are making the videos are just making it to sell you a course or something like that. They're not really in anymore. They don't get pushed anything on the algorithm. So if you stuck this long, I'm going to tell you another plan for this channel. So as I said, AI, is it good or is it not? We don't know. But I had an idea to make a challenge. I'm soon to go on a trip with one of my friends who also is into the gym. And in fact, he introduced me to the whole sort of BP point of view. So naturally, we want to look good for the upcoming trip. And it's pretty close. It's 8 weeks away. And as you know, 8 weeks is quite a number in the whole gym community. So I asked ChatGPT and I sent it a few pictures of me. One's looking like pretty good, jacked, no edited pictures, like good lighting photo, and some just that someone took of me literally like starting to face away. So I'm not flex or anything. I have like a terrible draw in one of them. So I sent it some pictures to choose from so it can judge sort of my physique. As you can see, I'm not like huge by any means. So I said to Chat, can you make me a looksmaxxing focused training plan for the gym to make me the most attractive physique in 8 weeks? I'm willing to do what it takes to help the progress. Here are some photos of my current physique. And it has responded with an 8-week plan, which was decent. And I kind of read about it and I thought, okay, this is a bit of a bro split, to be honest. it gave me, in a decently fair observation, my strong points, my weak points. I've always known that my arms are quite a weak point for me. My delts are a weak point for me. Just the general sort of V-taper look is not a thing that I'd say is good on me. A bit fat at the moment, as you can tell. Obviously, you can tell. It even managed to catch that I don't have perfect posture. Now, that's what really scared me almost, because this analysis is getting pretty good. I won't lie with you guys. But it's still not perfect. So that's why I'm saying, don't trust this. Don't do this. I'm doing it because I'm experimenting for you guys to see if it's going to work. If it does work, I can maybe recommend it and I can say, okay, use ChatGPT for training. The only reason I'm doing this is because it was pretty useless a year ago. I recently wanted to do a leg day of someone that's not trained nearly as long as me and doesn't have much experience. And I said, okay, give me a prompt, make some easy exercises so we can go that we can both get a good workout in. Me as an experienced lifter and them as a newbie. And it worked pretty well. It almost worked out to be the time that I asked it to be. So I thought, you know, let's put my how I'm gonna look in 8 weeks in the hands of AI. And if it screws up, then it's not me. But that is the gist of the next video you may see on this channel. Maybe I'll do something in between, maybe some reactions. My channel before was mostly focused on the bodybuilding aspect, but as I say, I'm not some huge guy, so I thought I'd change it. But as I said, I'm not some like huge guy, so running a bodybuilding channel is maybe not exactly for me. And problem in 2025 is, if you're not massive, nobody's going to listen to you for gym. If you're not like beautiful, then nobody's going to listen to you for looksmaxxing. If you're not this and that and the other, you guys get what it is. So from a decently normal guy, I'm telling you, I'm going to do the experiments for you. I'm going to check stuff out and hopefully you enjoy my points. Last video that was quite popular and basically only got positive feedback on my other channel was about the Joe Phaser scandal and him apparently using PEDs and things like this. People really liked my take. They thought it was good that I looked at all the sides of the story, that I explained it. I feel like there are some villains in the story, you know. As funny as the Coach Greg videos are, sometimes he really lays into people and does not give them a chance to breathe. I understand it's for content, but we gotta have someone in this space who actually looks at things as they are and has no bias. Well, until HTLT pays me to have a bias, then I will. I am a sellout. I'm just kidding. I have other plans for that. So, guys, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Go and rate me as brutally as you want in the comment section, you know. And I'll see you in the next one.